Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another WARNO Ranked match. On the right side, we got the Merchant Guild playing the OP 82nd Airborne. On the left, myself, under a different name though, playing as Berlin Gruppenrang, which is arguably one of the worst divisions. Anyway, let's go over deployments. So we can see over here, he's opening up with airborne gunners, two of them actually here, which have 3 medium machine guns, which are actually really nasty, honestly, as a defensive unit. LRS with Airborne Dragon, 2 LAVs, some of them splitting up, and the LRS is going into this position here. We can see he's going to go pretty harsh on, or pretty hard for Charlie here. On the north, a little bit lighter on the deployment, 2 Dragons going into the center position with an LRS, going into the north with 1 Dragon and a CV. And we do not see, we do actually see another CV down here as well. So he's got 2 CVs at the start. Me, I'm opening up with a recon off glare, pretty conservatively deploying way back here. 2 more off glares, one going to the north, one going in the south, or sorry, into center. And then we have 2 of the towed AA pieces to prevent any of the helo rushes. And then we have some mono shoots and metas going into center with some watch shoots and RPO, also pushing into the center position, expecting some type of airborne rush. On the southern front, this is the key area. I knew he was going to rush this area, and these 2 points are, his in general, and these 2 points tend to be ours in general. Sadly, we do have the disadvantage on this map, being that players do have the option to rush me, and he's going to rush this area and beat me here significantly. I'm going to be like right here when he's already in these front buildings. So we're going to open up pretty conservatively, but we're opening up with tons of tanks. We're opening up 5 T-55s, including command. These are our 1 vet, but now with the command around them, 2 vet, giving them 55% accuracy with the resolute trait. Some KDA to screen, 3 of them, and then 1 little light AA piece towed. And the goal is to do a slow roll push here with a T-55 spam. Anyway, let's kick this game off. So the goal in general, we need to get Charlie knocked out early, and the only way to do that is to kind of overinvest and use a lot of firepower. Our units aren't going to go, Washington are pretty good squads, and they'll go 1-to-1 pretty much with an airborne unit. But in a defense position, when he's in building and I have to attack, he's definitely going to win those engagements. Especially what he's deploying with. He's opening up with all these airborne gunners. In a defensive position, these guys are crazy good. So we're going to have to rely on the firepower T-55, which T-55 has a lot of firepower. Heavy machine gun on top with a medium machine gun, and also a pretty good HE round as well from the T-55. That's the plan here. In the center, you see we're going pretty heavily into center, expecting tons of rushing in this location, opening up 2 metas in RPO. RPO should eliminate these buildings pretty effectively with the security and resolute trait and shock trait. This is a pretty nasty unit, only 50 points compared to like an airborne dragon, which they're paying premium for the airborne deployment, and they're paying premium for the dragon too. So it's an 80-point squad, which is pretty expensive. See these LAVs though, they are 100 points a pop. He's gonna start rushing them into my area. He is deploying pretty conservatively, which is interesting, but I think he's reassessing here. He's starting to give orders further to the front. He's also moving an LRS here, which I think is a mistake. Probably should put the LRS in the tower, but it's really not going to provide much in eyes here. KDA are going to unload way back here as well. These guys are just screened for the tanks to see things, and KDA are big, thick squads, 14 men, so they can take a beating while the rest of the tanks do the damage. But he didn't actually go for a rush here, which I was kind of very surprised about. A lot of guys do that normally. But the plan now is to play kind of a wide game. We're going to attack, put pressure on the north. We're going to put pressure in the center. We're going to put pressure onto Alpha. And we're also going to push pressure on Charlie. And the good thing about my deck compared to Airborne is his stuff is far more expensive, while we have a lot of cheap spam, and it's going to overwhelm him in his position. He is opening up with an heavy hog here, coming in here. These are just rockets, no AT though. And we're going to start to begin the assault now with the off-glare at KDA screening with the tanks sitting back. We do see an LGB coming in here. We went for a KDA. Interesting. It's only a 40-point kill and for a 265-point aircraft. So kind of weird that he did that. And he's going to evac there. Now the tanks are going to move in here. Showing off the true power of the T-55s. So we got to watch out for his helos. He does have a CV coming in here. We got some metas now coming in here as well. Really want to take that. We got 2 Cubs coming in the north as well that we bought for stick. And he does get a nice hit here. Or stuns at least. But he's out of rockets already. That was it. And backing up here, I want to make sure I'm not really in too much range. All of a sudden, all the T-55s fire. Putting down some good firepower. Bringing down his cohesion. We're going to stop right here now, and we're going to go back forward. Plane comes in here. Little light fighter here. Immediately gets a clean kill on the hog. And we're going to try to stay around here and get back over here. We got a napalm bomber coming in this tower. I knew there was some sort of ATGM in here. I was really concerned about it. I didn't know if it was a tow or not. The napalm gets dropped. Doing really good damage there. And the napalm's going to continue to damage, but now he's like, yeah, the squad just gets eliminated there. Clean kill. Do see an A-10 rocket coming in here. I'm going to buy my MiG-21, and he's not really using any AA right now, which is problematic. And now that we know that, we can start abusing him with aircraft. We're probing in the center here. We're not going to be idle. We do make him eat back, which is the goal. We're going to evac our thing. We're not going to go back for him just in case he buys a fighter. We pretty much wiped out the forces in the center here, taking this area. We're going to start moving up our guys. And now that we've done a lot of damage, he's just some airborne gunners here, which aren't going to do anything to these T-55s. He does have 2 LAVs. We're going to start moving up, though. And I recommend if you bring T-55s, A's, you should one-vet them at least. Make them get that 5% accuracy, going up to 50%. And I also keep them from, like, losing all their cohesion. You see now, this unit's just taking a pounding now from the tanks. T-55s are just mopping up this stuff. Tower goes down. Napalm. And now we're going to start putting down rounds. We do miss around there on the LAV. The LAV is actually more expensive than our T-55s. He loses an LAV, 100 points down. These T-55s are definitely paying for themselves. CV is moved back. And this is another LAV going down there. We've taken back the southern front. LGB comes in here. It's not going to one-shot T-55 at all. It'll wound him, but no kill. And there we go. We just T-55 blobbed into Charlie, taking back the objective. Going even now on the board. We can see, though, he literally has nothing over here. First priority now is to get some reinforcements in the north and start pushing pressure on in the northern side. We're going to start putting elite infantry to start crossing the forest side. This area is really key. He's on a tank deck, so keeping this area surrounded with good elite infantry is really good. We're going to get some RPO and Washington. Washington RPO are nasty combo. Both 10-man squads. And these guys have a 20 pen AT, and the RPO just annihilates all enemy infantry squads as well. If you see an Apache here, we're immediately going to buy 2 fighters momentarily to deal with it. We're going to reverse our tanks as quickly as humanly possible. 2 MiG-21s will always kill an Apache, and they're about the same price. Maybe a little bit more expensive on my side for 290 points versus 240, but I'm willing to take that trade any day. Apache goes down. Does fly with F-15. We're going to evac immediately. We're going to turn a little tighter than he can. We actually fire a missile. And we actually get a hit on him, but no kill. He's going to turn back about, and he's going to try to shoot us down here. There's not going to be much we can do. So we do get the evac out before. Now that I know he's got LRS here, I was pretty much like, okay, he's thin over here for sure. How many forces he sent over here? He's buying reinforcements. He's bought multiple aircraft. We've seen the F-16 LGB. We've seen the Apaches. We've seen the Hog, and now we've seen the F-15. He's got to be thin on the general front line with infantry, because infantry is expensive. Bomber coming in here, trying to get a shot here. We do lose line of sight, and he's going to evac. We do have 2 moto shoots and BTR. Going to push into this objective here. But now we lost line of sight. We see another F-16 LGB coming back out again. Could be the same one. He's going to go for my plane, but I'm going to try to get it over here. It's only an 80-point bomber. I'm going to evac it over into 2 Cubs. And he sees the bait. He rotates back. I mean, he is a top 100 player, so he knows not to just take the bait. A little bit of action over here. Should move the BTR a little closer. I'm going to get these guys organized momentarily. Now we're going to have a good gunfight. 3v1, though. He's going to lose that. LGB comes in here, kills one of our Washington. We shoot him down in response with 2 Cubs. Then kill. A little bomber here coming out. And now we got a pretty good position. We got the front positions here locked down. It's going to take a lot for him to get us out. Got the RPO pushing in here. We're about to push into this LRS who has no AT against BTRs. See a wave of Washington and BTR going to push down this way into this road. Bomber coming in here. F-15 comes in, gets a nice hit on me, and makes me evac. We evac him as well. See another Apache here. I'm going to send 2 more MiG-21s immediately to mop him up. We're repairing all our tanks over here. And there you go. He loses another Apache here. And now we're in a clear position where we can take this area as well. We're going to start probing along the side. He's only got 1 airborne dragon here. We're going to unload these guys. LRS are going to take a pounding. We're going to have the BTR continue to move forward. Sorry, Moto Shoots going to continue to move forward, and BTR chase down the LRS. And now he can't really do much here. He's got a whole bunch of airborne dragon here. 2 airborne. Immediately going to move over some bombers here to come help out. We're going to napalm this airborne dragon in the tower. This is a huge loss here. These are 80 points a pop. Napalm's going to continue to do damage. These guys are moving forward. And we're going to start having planes come out momentarily in a second to help out and bomb these targets. Going to try it again here. We do have a wave of tanks here. We're going to rotate into his rear. I decide to switch orders in a second to go back over here and help out, being that we need to stop this. And I don't want him to get back into the zone here. So I'm going to rotate here now to help out. SBW doing some work, but going down there. Now we're in the zone here. We're going to move a CV in a second to get in here. We can smoke into this area too anytime we want to cap. He's in a bad situation. The line's completely collapsing right now. Tanks are moving in. We got 2 light bombers here. These are 80-point bombers. Really good. Coming in. Going in for the airborne dragons, because these are the guys who can kill tanks. Airborne are too slow to do anything or too far away. Bombs are going to go away now. Bombs away. Not going to be able to dodge. Does do ton damage. But he does just surrender there, knowing that the writing was on the wall there. We've broken him in there. We're breaking him in the north as well. Everything was kind of falling apart. We're trading 3-1. And you know, he's a good player. He's top 90 right now on the leaderboard. But yeah, the key is that we just T-55 blobbed, knocked out all his key units, kept the napalm bomber to really suppress his elite troops in key positions. And then another thing too, keeping those cheap fighters in the deck is absolutely a must to take in most decks. Just eliminates the Apache. He was trying to rely to plug gaps with the Apaches, and he just was unable to, losing 2 Apaches in the first, 9 minutes of the game. That's a huge loss. Probably only has 1 or 2 left. And, what's the point of bringing them out if he knows, for example, that they're just going to get killed once again? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think about this division. I'm really, actually loving Berlin Command here. Anyway, or not Berlin Command, Berlin something, whatever it's called. The red version. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks.